a week ago in that win in Ohio. And of course, they got Alex Marzette and Keon Sankey, Marcus Hammonds. He's been with the club all year. But Sankey, Marzette, and Trent Thomas, another one of those newcomers, playing extremely well.
It's been fun to see, and
Sure
they've
has.
mixed in well. And they came late. They play the most minutes now. They still have a great bench. So yeah, the Pontiac 66ers, like you say, they're just the hottest team in the league right now.
For the Express of Lima, Ohio, you mentioned talk about slipping it through their fingers, up by 16 entering that fourth quarter. They lose by 1. They have been snake bitten on a few occasions this year. In ball games, their stats look solid, and all of a sudden they're on the short end of a 4-8 campaign. That literally could be 8-4.
Absolutely. They've lost 6 of their last 7 games. They've played their last 4 games at home. Maybe a change of pace. They won one of those, but we talked about the back-to-back. This is the third time they've back-to-back with teams in this league. They've lost all 5 games so far. They lost the first one here to Pontiac, and they're hoping to split that now. If they lose today, they lost all 6 games in their 3 back-to-backs. So they're really looking for a change. But yeah, you're right. They lost by a point at the end there. They've lost three of their last 4 games by a point or 2. So you're absolutely right. They feel that they're playing well. They just haven't finished the game, as they say, and hold on, to play that entire 4 quarters. It just slips away.
Well, they average 4 kids average in double figures, and of course, you mentioned Kyle Meyer is their leading scorer per game, and he's solid. He had only 13 in that 1-point loss a week ago. Jody Hill, you mentioned, exploded for 42. Their point guard, Johnny Elliott, he's a solid player and performer as well, and we'll get to the lineups here in a moment. But they got athletes like anybody in this league, and quite frankly, they got some solid players. And I'm sure, I don't know if it's more of a mental than a physical thing at this point in time, getting over the hump, but they'll have an opportunity here once again, Bob.
Well, they'll come in here confident. They know they can play with these guys, and they want to prove that one just got away from them. They should have beat them. I know Pontiac beat them earlier in the year as well, only by 7 or so, so it was a good game also.
And it was a fourth quarter comeback for them. This will be the 3rd meeting between these 2 teams. Both were in Ohio at Lima. This is the first time Pontiac, and the only time they'll host them here this year. Let's take a timeout. We'll come back with the lineups and the tip from Pontiac, Lima on MPBA TV. Okay, welcome back here to Pontiac Township High School, again, home of the Pontiac 66ers. And let's get these lineups to you right away. First of all, for the Lima Express, head coach Mark Anderson, of course. And their lineup will be at the guards will be Johnny Elliott, out of the University of Northwest Ohio. And his running mate there, Cordero Ballard there out of the University of South Carolina. And the front line, Kyle Meyer, Ohio Northern University. Jody Hill, who exploded for 42 a week ago, including 7-11 from downtown, out of Livingston College. And then Wesley Hinton and Troy University. Hinton, 6'8", one of those inside players there for the Lima Express. All right, let's get the Sixers lineup set for you as the lights go down here for the home introductions. Blake Burgess out of Jacksonville, Illinois, Williams and Woods at one of the guards, and then Alfonso Houston, 6'4", and again having MVP type season this year in the MPBA, and he is, of course, out of University of North Carolina Central. The front line will be Keon Sankey out of Lipscomb University, Alex Marzette out of Robert Morris University, and then the leading rebounder here in the league in terms of total boards, that's Marcus Hammond, 6'6". He has had a great campaign so far out of Texas Corpus Christi. So once again, it is Burgess, Houston, Sankey, Marzette, and Hammonds for the Sixers. For the Lima Express, Elliott, Ballard, Meyer, Hill, and Hinton. And the officials here, it's the Elysiak family in the house once again. Ron Elysiak Sr., Ron Elysiak Jr., and Forrest Elysiak are three officials here for this evening's contest. Once again, it's honoring our local heroes night here tomorrow, 1 o'clock, 1:05 tip, I should say, against the Blues of Chicago. They are in town, and it is fan appreciation. So we got a lot of stuff happening at the old ballpark, as they say, Bob, and we're about ready to get this one underway.
Well, we'll see. The crowd's still kind of lingering in here a little bit. Kids are on spring break this week. A lot of families are gone in the area. We're still going to fill up this bottom section, it looks like.
Yeah, for the year, the crowds have been outstanding here in Pontiac.
Very nice, yes, very good.
Community sponsorships, and we'll talk about that throughout the weekend for the local flavor here. And I realize, first of all, this tip is going to be given to the Express. So the Express will have their first crack at it here. But from the local perspective, this community and the local sponsors and the area sponsors have really stepped it up. And we're going to highlight some of that tomorrow on Fan Appreciation. We'll do that through the broadcast as well. To the rack, blocked on the play. First attempt swatted away. That was Jody Hill. And boy, Alex Marzette had a great look inside. I think he's surprised he's so wide open.
He had to block at this end too, and should have had the easy two.
There's Meyer inside. Turns into a double team. Tough shot, got it.
That was a great double team.
Kyle Meyer there, little jump hook, and the Express up 2-0. Marzette loses the handle, turns it over. And gliding to the basket. That's a Ballard, Cordero Ballard. This has got a very similar. And tell the truth, if you followed the Sixers at all, I say compared to last week, and Houston will go to the line, the Sixers all year long they get off to slow starts. Their first quarter has been a real nemesis to them for a team that's 10-4.
Exactly. They've been a second and fourth quarter team.
Conversely, for the Express, last week, they about blew Pontiac right out of the old gymnasium, if you will, in that first quarter. And they still, as I mentioned, they had a solid lead. You got by 16 heading in the fourth quarter. I don't care what level of basketball you're at. Those are games you should lock away.
Yeah, what did the 66ers score? 45, 48 in the fourth quarter, something like that?
Houston hits one of two. Express up by 3 on the attack. Jody Hill. I believe this is his 5th game since joining the group, and he has been outstanding. He is a deadeye. Ballard once again, tough fall away. Burgess wants to push it for Pontiac. Tough shot in traffic, will not go.
1-on-3 that time. Not much there.
Elliott had a wide open look, no. And Blake Burgess is going to be called for the travel. Marzette has turned it over. Now Burgess has turned it over. A couple early turnovers. The 66ers average about 11 a game. Express chip in about 13 a game in that department. That's going to be a kick, I think, went off the leg of Keon Sankey. As Myers trying to work the baseline. Almost 2 minutes gone by. Hill, Meyer, pull up, Hill, got it.
Wow.
He has picked up where he left off last week.
He had a hand in his face.
Yep, that was a 3. Dumped inside. Pontiac with a 2 on the answer. Blake Burgess, nice assist inside out of Hammonds. Poked away, but a foul is going to be called against the Sixers.
Looked like Sankey had his left arm wrapped around the back of him. Not going to get away with that.
For Keon, that's his first, team's first. 7-3. The Express. Nicely done at the top of the key. It's hitting his first field goal.
Well, that's how you break that double team. You know, if they're going to leave you open, they're going to get it to you. You knock it down a couple times, and they'll change the defense.
Houston, double team, no surprise there. Shot clock is at 5, and they just threw it away. Just another turnover.
Sorry, he had Marzette there, and didn't see him till the last minute there, and then he threw that hot pass just out of his reach.
For the Express, they have 9 on their roster for this game. And for Pontiac, they got a 10. A couple's going to come in traffic. That's got to be a jump ball. Indeed it is. Let's see who's going to jump there. That could be Cordell Ballard.
Maybe
and I
Sankey.
believe Marcus Hammonds. Let's see. Maybe it's Sankey. You're right.
Yeah, they had 2 guys there, but take your pick.
Trent Thomas is in the lineup, as well as Emmanuel Chapman for the Sixers. And right in the hands of Elliott.
He read that. He just cut right in front.
This is Hill once again trying to another 3. This time an air ball, and great defense out of Trent Thomas that time.
You're right, and about the exact same spot he made it last time, but he was all over him. That was very good defense, and they're going to have to do that. They're going to have to switch up and get right up in his shirt.
Little backdoor cut wasn't there. Hammonds, tough shot in traffic. No one home to rebound, and here comes the Express. Oh! Thought that was going to be a little showtime. There's a steal and a foul against Hammonds.
Well, end-to-end action there, but Pontiac's kind of starting the way they've started many games, where it's kind of 1-on-3 and nobody to rebound, and you know, with the exception of that nice dish, they've been all alone.
And the shot clock is, of course, reset on the foul. There's a better look for 3, no, but no check out. Ballard missed it. Myers with the answer there. And Darrell Robinson's seen enough. I don't know if you heard that in the background. I heard it through my headset. I believe the coach yelled, "Wake up."
Yes, he did. Yes, he did.
All right, it becomes a full timeout. 8:01 first quarter. The Express up by 8. We'll be back with more on MPBA TV. Well, to emphasize the struggles for the Sixers and tell the truth, to tell the story about the Express has outscored their opponents by 60 points in the first quarter, Bob. And I got some numbers. We'll see where – I know the Pontiac's on the other end of it.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah, and we'll get those numbers here for you. But the trend within the trend continues, doesn't it?
Yes, it sure does. And they don't seem to have an answer. I mean, they know what they need to do and just can't do it.
Oh, nice explosive move out of Houston.
Well, that was a good timeout and paid off right there.
And with the answer, that is Hinton again. That's his second field goal of the quarter.
He had a big game against the 66ers last week, too.
If memory serves correct, Hinton might have had a couple of missed free throws late in that game that gave the opportunity. And then with that exciting win, if you're a Sixers fan, and of course a devastating loss for the Express. In the meantime, as you can see, Houston is back to the free throw line. Little up and under move there, gets them to the line. And Alfonso connects one more. Yeah, the Pontiac 66ers have been outscored 404 to 363. So add that up real quickly. They've been outscored by 67 points in the first quarter.
Yeah, there's nothing like starting from in a hole.
Yeah.
Oh, great steal.
Oh, Anderson. That kind of gets the crowd into it.
They're picking up that full court defense. And Anderson just read that pass.
Hinton for three, not this time. You can see that was off the mark from our vantage point. But cleaning it up inside, Elliott to Meyer for an easy two.
Coach Robinson thinks Elliott went over the back, but he can get up. He just kept that ball alive.
Chapman. Anderson for three, in and out. Jeremy Marseille battling inside, blocked on the play. Gorgeous defensive work out of the Express.
That was Hinton, I believe. Nice block.
Ballard from 15, beg your pardon. Ball bouncing around. And another turnover on the outlet. Inside and one. No, wave it off. Hinton shuffled his feet.
Oh, credit Chapman there. Chapman against the much taller Hinton. Got his arm in there. Caused a travel.
Right now the Sixers, Jeremy Marseille has slipped in the lineup there. As you know, Kyle Anderson scored a moment ago. You got Trent Thomas, Chapman, and Alfonso Houston. That's the five on the floor for Darrell Robinson's group. In traffic, and that's going to be a reach-in, a non-shooting affair.
They're going to get Elliott, which will be his second here early in the first.
And he's going to head to the bench. Will Johnny Elliott. Houston. And we got another foul against the Express.
Starting to add up. That's on Hinton. His first, team 4.
As Bob mentioned, the fourth against the team. When you get to number 6, that's when you shoot the penalty. That's a little bit of a different look. The D-League and NBA, it's at the 5th. But in this league, oh my goodness. Houston, once again a blow-by move.
He can just turn it on. He's got another speed. He's got 7 out of their 11 here early in the first quarter.
Well, Alfonso's coming alive, no doubt about it. Hinton trying to post up inside. 3 ball, got it. That's Ballard.
Boy, I thought when he didn't pull the trigger right in rhythm, and then when he did, I didn't think it was going to be there, and boy, it was sweet.
Double teamed. Marseille with the answer on the baseline. Jeremy Marseille.
I think both these teams shoot over 50% for the season. That means they can score in a hurry.
And I think this is going to be a legal defense against the Sixers. So that means a free throw forthcoming. Cordell Ballard will have the honors here.
Shoots 83% from the line, missed it.
And I was going to say, as a team, I believe they check in around 72, 73%.
Yeah, I think you're right.
Looking over some numbers here prior to the ball game. 83% free throw shooter is solid, but unfortunately, Cordell could not knock that particular one down. 5-point lead for the Express with the possession. They've led from the beginning. Baseline, smooth. That's Jody Hill.
That was a nice shot, wasn't it? He
sure was.
He has a lot of those in his repertoire.
Tough shot, Anderson off the mark. Good defensive work. Nice pass. And the follow by Meyer.
Meyer's he's just solid. He's all over that rim. Knows where that ball is, has a nose for it. He's got 8.
Aaron Cross and Derek Tate in the lineups for the Express. That was that pass and catch, and they couldn't convert there, but Meyer cleaned it up. Houston. Well, they're going to call him for the travel.
Just a little out of control there. Pretty good D by the Express.
Well, they're a 9-point advantage, their largest of the game. And they get a chance to extend that.
I think they come in here feeling like no lead is too large, and I think they're going to play pressure basketball the entire game.
Well, there's Chapman picking the pocket. Thomas to the rack, great dish. Marseille.
Boy, that was a great dish.
That's how basketball is to be played. Up and under. Talk about playing it well. Oh, Kyle Meyer with an assortment of moves to get that shot off.
Yeah, he was double teamed. You can't defend it any better. That's just a great offensive play by him.
Thomas for 3, in and out. Trent couldn't convert. Jody Hill can and does.
Gonna give him 2 on that?
Indeed, I think they could give him 2. You are correct, sir. A long deuce. 26-15. Houston with the miss.
Here comes Meyer again.
Well, if he gets positioned a couple of feet from the basket, that's automatic every time, and it was right there for Kyle. A 13-point advantage. This is like deja vu. Little give and go right there. Jeremy Marseille, that's his 3rd basket of the quarter.
Yeah, he's got 6. I wasn't sure he was going to find the handle there.
And looks like that's going to be Ballard right back to that free throw line. Before we go any further, let's take a timeout. 11-point advantage for the Express late in the first quarter on MPBA TV.
No more, it's none of my business.
No more, he didn't mean it.
No more, not my problem.
No more, she was flirting with him.
No more, she was asking for it.
No more, boys will be boys.
No more, I'll say something next time.
No more bystanding.
No more ignorance.
No more excuses.
No more.
No.
Back here at Pontiac Township High School, home of the Pontiac 66ers. And partner, this is like Groundhog Day all over again.
Sure.
The old Bill Murray. For the Express, you couldn't ask for a better start. On the road, and folks, that's a long trip for anybody from Pontiac, Illinois to Lima, Ohio. No easy way getting there, but they've made the trip this time. And again, jumping out to an 11-point advantage and a chance to extend here. Very impressive so far out of the Express.
Well, they have that look in their eye. They had it when they were warming up. I know, when you come off a tough loss like they came off before, you get a little more fire in your belly here when you're playing that team again, especially on their home court. And boy, they're doing it, but they did it the last time, so we'll see if they play the entire game.
And Ballard connects on both for his 6th and 7th points of the quarter. And again, matching their largest lead of 13. Tough entry pass in there, stolen on the play. This is Tate, and just threw it away. Anderson with the finger roll. That shot won't go. That was a tough shot out of Hill.
That was a tough shot, both ends.
Nice pass there. Riggs to Marseille.
That's more like it. He's having a quarter as well. That's 8 for Jeremy.
Trying to keep his club in it in the early going. Tate. Derek Tate. Nicely done. 6'5", built well, University of Northwest Ohio. In fact, 4 of the teammates of the Express out of that same school, the University of Northwest Ohio. Chapman, way off the mark. And here comes Ballard again. Bullying his way in. Ball's on the floor. And the all-time assist leader, Emmanuel Chapman, delivers one of those again to Thomas.
Well, he took a look at him like, are you going to cut?
And Tate gets loose inside. Chapman out of University of North Carolina Central, teammate there of Alfonso Houston at the college level. Riggs can't connect. Opportunity the other end. And Chapman with the strip.
Oh, what a great defensive play.
Riggs thought about a 3. Thomas on load. Way off the mark. And this one's going to go against Jeremy Marseille. So, 13-point advantage. Dominating first quarter out of the Express. And they could hold for the final shot, 15.8 on the clock.
Well, exactly what you're looking for if you're Lima when you come into this game. The exact start they wanted. They were up 36-21 at the end of the first quarter last game. So if they score here.
With 3, trying to get it off. I don't think they did. Wouldn't have mattered anyway. Yep, 13-point lead for the Express this time. Almost matches a week ago.
36-21 at the end of the first quarter a week ago. We're 34-21 here.
All right, at the end of 1, the Express can't do any better than that. Impressively done after 1, leading by 13 on MPBA TV. action today. It was the Chicago Blues winners 120-110 over the River Sharks of St. Louis. And then the Groove in Chicago lost to the Champaign Swarm 115-114. Here it is the start of the second quarter. The Express dominating this one so far.
Well, a great start by Kyle Meyer with 12 points in that one.
And Cross just threw it away, and that was Aaron Cross. Got a little sloppy there with a pass.
I think they're going to call a foul there. They are. I'll tell you, Kyle Anderson for Pontiac is just really playing some D and really moving well without the ball.
I've been so impressed with his play defensively. We all know he can stroke it from downtown, but his play and toughness has really been fun to watch. There's Chapman not passing that time, but scoring on the driving layup.
He had the seam there and did that hesitation dribble, that stutter dribble, and cleared him right to the rim. Great take.
And the answer, no. Back in the hands of Chapman. Marseille deflected it to him.
Start the second quarter with Houston on the bench.
Yeah. Where's the offense going to flow from here? Riggs. Chapman's got unloaded three. Not
quite what they were looking for, I don't think, but
nice defensive work out of Riggs. Stepped in front of Tate. Dimitri. Anderson. No, but he's fouled in the corner. And let's see if that's going to be three.
I think it is.
Indeed it is. He was fouled on the three-point attempt. So Kyle Anderson to the line.
Well, that was Ballard with that foul, and kind of rare for him to foul a three-point shooter. Looks like Pontiac's going to bring four guys in here when they can. Anderson's first trip here. I look for him to make them all, Tim.
Well, he's off to the right start there of his first of three.
They can get this back under double digits.
Well, in this league, as everyone knows, every team capable of runs. And tell the truth, that was one of the things about the game last week when I was watching in on MBPA TV. At first three quarters, the Express just dominated, and Pontiac never had a sense, or you could just see that a run was forthcoming. But they certainly had one in the fourth quarter, outscoring them by 18. Anderson does connect on all three. 9-point advantage, Express.
I think those free throws, too, will help get his confidence when he shoots that ball.
Tate, kick out. Cross stepped out of bounds.
And we've seen that a lot this year. Court's just a little smaller.
I was talking with the folks from Lima there prior to the game, and I said, tell the truth, I thought it might make a difference early in the year, but everyone seems to have adapted, and it really doesn't come into play. Maybe those instances a little bit there. Hammond. He's floating away from the basket. Good defensive work.
Yeah, that was Cross there with the rebound.
Now Cross with the three. Rattles that one home. Does Aaron Cross. Lobbed inside. Kick out. Marzette for three. In and out. Pontiac is yet to convert on a three-point attempt. 0 of 4 in that first quarter. Now 0 of 5. And that's Ballard on the driving layup. Nicely done.
Well, Pontiac brought their subs in, 4 subs, and they've yet to find a little rhythm.
Another turnover. That extra pass in traffic. This is Ed Jenkins in the lineup off the bench here for the first time for Mark Anderson's group. Boy, this is a quiet gym. Tate, tip won't go. Tracked down by Houston. Alfonso to Marzette for the flush.
Yeah, just a great eye-to-eye contact there. He Great pass by Alfonso to Marset. And that gets them going. Doesn't take much.
Nearing the 8-minute mark here of the second quarter. 11-point lead for the Express. Jenkins. Cleaned up by Marzette. And a little nickel and dimer right there. It's going to go against Aaron Cross.
Not quite. They usually let that one go, but
thought it was enough of
enough
of a bump to alter his direction.
That's 3 fouls on Lima.
Trying to run their offense is Pontiac. Shot clock's at 10. Marzette in traffic. That was another tough shot in traffic there that you think you might get a little better look. Cross. Short. And Hammonds. What he does so well with the rebound. Houston, line drive. And I think it's going to have to be a jump ball. I didn't see any player calling a timeout.
I thought they might there. Everybody just kind of looked at each other there.
Burgess back in the lineup. 39-28 is your score. The Express, and once again, they have led from the outset. Well, that tip, that was headed towards Houston, but Cross did a nice job just deflecting it away and tracked down by Jenkins.
A lot of times you just keep that thing alive.
And once again, Cross steps out of bounds.
He's got
and I think he just kind of, I think his comment just kind of summed it up right there.
Yeah.
Man, maybe a little stronger, but.
So a little bit of a scoring drought here.
Yeah, it's a quiet home court. And again, a miss. In that first quarter, 15 of 26 was the Express, torching those nets in that first quarter. Oh, impressively done out of Alex Marzette.
He took that end to end.
And once again, Pontiac gets it down to 9. Jenkins with the answer for 3.
His last shot, it looked like it was going down. He's a shooter. That's obvious of that.
And Keon Sankey bullying his way inside, gets the call. We'll get to the free throw line.
Keon, he's looking for his first point of the game.
Well, that one way off. You could see that. I think he's one of those kids in double digits. He's been very quiet.
Keon, he shoots 75% from the free throw line. Just one of the top on the team.
Right. That one was way off the mark. Coach Anderson's going to his bench, that time rattling it home, 1 of 2. Jenkins still in that lineup. Hinton's back in. Elliott's back on the court. Hill's back on the court. And Myers back on the court.
Boy, Jenkins, he's fun to watch. 5'9", 155. Got a great looking shot. He's lightning fast. Picked up a quick 5 points.
Well, when Pontiac was trying to answer, that's a sign of a good ball club. I mentioned before, this team has battled everybody in this league. It's kind of unbelievable. They're at 4-8, but again, it's just been giving up leads and unable to sustain. And Burgess, Burgess poked, no.
He got slapped across the face, I think, by Jenkins.
And once again, that time not stepping up, but sliding out of bounds, is Johnny Elliott. That's 3 turnovers they've had right in that corner.
The exact same
of that,
spot.
Floor. We got a timeout, 5:38, second quarter. Again, the Express maintaining their double-digit lead on MPBA TV. I assume that's a reason why with everybody this time of year it gets into that. Well, Bob Miner, once again, the Express on the road. And I'm very impressed with the Express here for the first quarter and a half, up by 13.
You know, it doesn't matter who they have on the floor. You know, I think Meyer sat out quite a bit there. He carried them there in the first quarter. They maintained their lead, still up 13, 5:38 to go in the second.
Yeah, right now for them, Meyer leads the way with 12. But they've had balanced scoring. Jenkins has really been, and Hill and Jenkins have done their thing. Hammonds a long deuce won't go. The 66ers are struggling to find the hole. That young man certainly isn't. Jody Hill, another field goal, 9 in the game for him.
It's kind of a awkward runner,
yep.
You know, just but just confident.
Houston with that mismatch of size against Jenkins, double teamed and fouled.
Just great defense right there. They're just so aggressive right now on the defensive end.
Mark Anderson, the head coach there, was really pleased with the effort out of his kids there. He certainly didn't think that was a foul and bailed out Houston. That's the 5th against the team, so the penalty will be enforced here for the remainder of the half for the Sixers. Sankey, nice dish, and an easy 2 for Houston. But still a 13-point lead for the Express with the ball. Off glass, Cleaned up by Sankey. Good defensive work. Thomas won't take the 3. Thomas, blocked from behind. Shot clock is down to 7. Houston misses the runner. Cleaned up inside by Sankey.
Keon Sankey, he just went to the rim that time.
Excellent timeout. This is a 20. Keep it right here.
I agree.
Coach Anderson just feels something coming, trying to stem the tide.
I agree. I mean, still have an 11-point lead, but I agree with you right there. Just an excellent timeout. You just saw a different Pontiac on that set right there offensively. Just more aggressive, more guys around the rim, not 1-on-3. It was impressive. So he saw that as well and said, let's talk about it.
Defense is a little more in play in this first half compared to last week's matchup in Ohio. They torched the net. They were on pace to get to 70. I think they had in the upper 60s. We'll double check that in that first half, the halftime lead that the Express had.
Yeah, 64, I think.
64, okay.
To 47.
Yep, 17-point lead it was at half. Right now it is at 11 at the moment. And it stays right there, back of the iron. That ball would not go down for Hinton.
I like that Hinton. Long, lanky.
Yep.
Nice touch.
Thomas thought about the three. Nice dish inside. Pretty give and go. Sankey, Marzette with the easy deuce.
That's where Pontiac, they, 2 or 3 trips they've worked the ball, they look good.
Defense late in the rotation, and Hinton gets an easy 2. Alfonso trying to post up. Alfonso gets the roll.
Well, they've done a good job on Alfonso in this game.
That's 11 for him.
And he's had to work for him.
Yeah, they have not been easy. That's an excellent point. Meyer and Sankey. Oh, that's stripped. Thomas. In and out. But it'll stay right there. Another opportunity for the 66ers.
You just see a different look in the 66ers right now. More aggressive, more confident. And it helps when the Express misses a couple of shots,
Jeremy Marseille in the lineup there. Marcus Hammond's out. And with that, we have a media timeout. We'll take a break. The Express up by 9 on MPBA TV.
3, 2, 1.
This is the 15th game on the campaign of a 16-game schedule for Pontiac. The Express, they still got 4 to play yet. And of course, the playoffs, the top 4 teams of the 7-team league will be right here in this facility, April 1st and 2nd. And Marzette nails a long 2 from the top of the key.
He just looks like he can take over a game anytime he wants to. Very athletic, smart player, young kid.
Yep. And you are correct. Very, very athletic. His best is yet to come for that young man.
You're exactly right.
And speaking of that young man, clean steal. And wave off the dunk. The Express, all of a sudden, that lead is down to 7.
Close as they've been in a long time.
And that will put Alex to that free throw line because the penalty is now in play for the Pontiac 66ers. They can get this down to 5.
Well, Cordell Ballard picked up his 3rd on that one. Got 6 fouls to 0 here in this second quarter.
Well, it'll have to stay at 6. And here comes the man that can fly right there. Pull up, not this time, over the back. Yep, that's going to be the call. Yeah, that's going to go against Hinton.
They let the first one go, and the second time they said no.
So that means we'll walk to the other end.
Wesley Hinton, 6'8", 190.
Pontiac, which struggled mightily from that line early in this season, team-wise, they were down to close to 60%. That number has risen steadily over the latter part of the second half of this 16-game season. They're up to 60, almost 67%. If you raise it that much, collectively you're doing a nice job. Individually, Alfonso Houston has really picked it up from the line as well there, Bob.
Yes, he has. And what is he now? He's 5 out of 6 in this game.
He had a game early in the season. Nice defense there, and then poked away. Last touch by Meyer in the Express. Their lead has dwindled to 4 here, just underneath 2 minutes to play. He was 20 of 20 from the line one of those previous games.
Yes, he was. That was impressive. And it was a close game.
Yep.
It was a 1-point game, I believe.
Yep, everyone was needed in that one. Thomas, in, up and under.
Oh.
How did he get that shot off? Trent Thomas.
Well,
And the Express lead has dwindled to 2.
that was great D right there. I don't know if that one's going to go every time, but it went that time.
Well, we mentioned the second and fourth quarters, the most productive for the Sixers. That's a nice call. That's Hill attacking the basket. And your team's on the ropes a little bit. You want an attack, and that's exactly what Jody Hill did right there.
Well, he had a step, kind of a late whistle, but definitely a foul. This will be Jody's first trip to the free throw line in this one.
Oh, he's been quiet in this quarter. And gets the roll, does Jody?
Puts him at double digits, I believe.
Mm-hmm. For his 10th point, working on point number 11. And gets it. So back to a 4-point advantage. Alex, double teamed. The Express really trying to scramble. Shot clock's down to 5. Thomas is going to have to launch a 3. Up the ladder to get that one hitting. In traffic.
Wow.
Good defensive work out of Pontiac in that trip without fouling. Houston, Marseille with the wraparound.
Well, he went to the reverse. He had to. Got just enough of it to get it over the lip of that rim.
And tough shot out of Hill. Inside, Marseille's open, and we're tied at 50.
How about that? He knew he had to get a quick release right there as Hinton was breathing down his neck.
And the Express will hold for 1. Shot clock is off. Game clock shows about 13. See if Ballard trying to work a 2-man game here with Meyer. 6 on the clock. Meyer. Tough shot. And that's the way the half will end.
I think Keon Sankey got a hand on that ball. And they are fired up.
Well, the first quarter, domination of the Express. The second, the Sixers turn the tables. The crowd loves it, giving them an ovation, if you will, as they leave for halftime intermission. We're tied at 50. Pontiac and Lima on MPBA TV. We are at halftime. You talk about a tale of two different stories from the first quarter to the second quarter, Bob Miner. And it was certainly all Pontiac in the second and the Express in the first quarter. And we're dead even where we started, 50-50.
You gotta think Pontiac is thrilled and Lima's not feeling it right now. They let one get away, as you say, and sure enough, the first quarter was owned by Kyle Meyer for Lima. He had 12 points and was solid at rebounds, was playing good D, and then the second quarter rolls around and Alex Marzette steps up. He scores 9 points, and he's solid on both ends as well, playing defense, making some steals, and then filling it up. So, yes, 29-16, Pontiac outscored Lima in the second quarter.
And you might see right there on the floor, we got an extended halftime here, normally a 15-minute break. It's up to 20. I might add right there, you might be taking a look at, that's Kim's Academy of Dance from Peoria, Illinois. And you're saying, why? What's up with this particular group? Well, they performed in the Orange Bowl back in the day when the Orange Bowl was, well, it still is the Orange Bowl. Different corporate name on it, though. 3 different occasions. So she has done, this is a world-renowned dance academy parked right here in Central Illinois. And once again, that was and is Kim's Academy of Dance. It's also a night here in Pontiac where the local management, Buzz Zeller, Mark Meyer, with the general managers here of this franchise, it's to honor our local heroes. So that's another segment what's going to have. We also have what's called Chuck the Duck promotion, and a nice little fundraiser there for the high school band here. So a lot of stuff tied into the community as this franchise has done a wonderful job in doing all here at halftime. So we'll take a little bit more of a break. So in any event, back to the game. You talked about it, tied at 50 here at halftime, and really, really getting it going is certainly Alfonso Houston and Marzette that you mentioned, and Jeremy Marseille's best half of the year so far.
Yes, he just had 2 solid quarters. He was a little hesitant on a couple shots, and then he still came back solid. You know, he had what do you have, 8 and 4 in each quarter. He has 12 points, but he's rebounding. He's seeing the floor well, and they've really had some nice half-court offensive where they get some easy buckets down there. You know, they get a little helter-skelter, they come down, throw up some shots, but then they get back in it, and they get a little success, and they keep going back to it.
All right, we're going to do this. We're going to take a break. We're going to come back, and we are going to have Kim Seibel, who owns that dance studio in Peoria, and we'll give her an opportunity here to explain a little bit about her kids. As you see on courtside there, we're honoring our local heroes here as well at halftime. We're tied at 50 on MBBA TV. We'll be back in a moment. All right, we're back here at Pontiac Township High School. We will get to Kim Seibel here in a moment, but we're going to switch gears here and try to catch what's happening on the floor here, and I'll explain as we go here. Bob Miner, Tim Scott, hope you're enjoying the broadcast here so far. Again, tied at 50 here at halftime, entertaining half of ball. But once again, Buzz Zeller is on the floor here, and it's honoring our local heroes, and they just honored anybody and everybody that was in the armed forces and to stand, and they had recognition for that right now. Buzz is discussing and talking about firefighters, policemen, Department of Correction people, and again, this is all from a local angle here in Pontiac, Illinois. Again, if you don't know where Pontiac is, again, we're parked in central Illinois. I know local listeners of the broadcast obviously know, but I know we are listened throughout the country and overseas, as obviously these kids, developmental league of what this is, the Midwest Professional Basketball Association, and they kick to various spots throughout the world. So if you're tuned in here, that's what we're doing here. And a nice little thing. I will mention this for Pontiac. They have supported this and this product and the league extremely well. This is their first year in the league. The community and the area has certainly come forth. And right here, again, these are the firefighters and the policemen, the Department of Corrections here within the area, among others, being honored here as part of our honoring our local heroes. And folks, we all know what a tough job these fine folks have. So we thank you very, very much. Again, at halftime, we're tied at 50. And we'll do this. We're going to take a break. We'll come back, and we will have Kim Seibel, the owner of Kim's Academy of Dance from Peoria, Illinois, back with us. And we'll get to learn a little bit about them after this 2-minute break here on MPBA TV. All right, back here at Pontiac Township High School. Again, again at halftime, it's 50-50. The Sixers and the Express all tied up. Now joining us is Kim Seibel, the owner and operator of Kim's Academy of Dance from Peoria. First of all, Kim, welcome to Pontiac, and what nice little performance your kids put on. And I know that's just a snapshot of a busy year that you have with your academy, and you're performing throughout the country.
Thank you. Thanks for having us. We love coming to this town. Pontiac is such great sports enthusiasts that we love to come and perform here. So we're thankful for the opportunity.
Tell us a little bit about the academy, and obviously it's highlighted. I was talking with you here. These kids are usually between the ages of 17 and 21, and obviously this is a full-time commitment for them. And I know your own kids are involved with this. You've been to the Orange Bowl on 3 different occasions. obviously you're doing something right when you get invited there. And I know you do a lot of performance in the local area and throughout Central Illinois.
Yeah, that's correct. We do a lot of performing in our local Peoria area, but sometimes it is fun to reach out beyond. Miami is always fun.
Oh, I bet so.
Any teenager in Miami has the time of her life. So, and yeah, we do a lot of local stuff, and we do have about 600 students. So the ones we brought tonight were just a little snippet of some of our older kids.
Certainly, 600, and obviously this has been a passion, and you've been doing this for some time now.
Well, I'm going to admit, yeah, 31 years.
I don't want to age you.
Yeah, I know. So I'm a little embarrassed to say 31 years, but the nice thing about dance, especially at our studio, is it brings out the best in all the girls. They come from all the different high schools in our area, so they all blend together and have a great time and become good friends.
Now, again, you are actually located in Bartonville, is that correct? Is your studio?
We have 2 studios,
okay.
One in Peoria,
gotcha,
and then a new one in the town of Washington.
Oh, okay.
And we all know and love Washington, Illinois, for sure.
Absolutely. Yeah, absolutely. So, and again, for the folks that don't, they certainly went through their trials and tribulations with a deadly tornado.
They did.
Probably been a couple, 2-3 years ago by now, but Central Illinois responded to that crisis as well, like they always do. But again, back with your academy, of course, the connection. You might say, "Boy, why Pontiac here? How'd you connect?" Well, to let the folks at home know, you and your husband Darren obviously connected with Mark Meyer, the general manager of the Sixers, and Mark and Darren were good buddies going through junior college, I think, how they met. Is that right?
Yes, good buddies. We've had a fun ride with Mark Meyer, and I know those of you in Pontiac who know him, I don't know if there's a greater guy around, but yeah, he has been one of our best buds for a long time, and actually hooks us up with some pretty cool things, so we love Mark for that.
Well, hooking up here, and I know the fans here and a nice crowd here tonight. Got a chance to see the product that you put out on the floor there with your kids. And a lot of hard work. You mentioned 600 students, and those are some tireless hours that you and those kids put in, I bet.
And my staff. I have an amazing staff of dance teachers that they do a great job. So
super.
Yeah.
Well, we appreciate you swinging by and stopping in. It's nice to see you. It's been a long time. I have to track your old hubby down here after the ball game and say hello to him. But welcome back into Pontiac, and congratulations on the dance studio and the work that you and the kids do.
Perfect. Thanks for having us.
All right. Thank you very much. Once again, that's Kim Seibel right there, the owner and operator of Kim's Dance Academy out of Peoria, Illinois, entertaining us here in Pontiac on Heroes Night here at the facility as the home of the Pontiac 66ers. So we're going to take a break. We'll come back. Bob will rejoin us, and we'll get those halftime stats and the start of the second half. Once again, we're tied at 50 on MPBA TV.
Boys will be boys.
Well, she was drunk.
Well, he was drunk.
She was asking for it.
He warned her.
Not my problem.
Why doesn't she just leave? But he's such a nice guy.
He said he was sorry.
We don't talk about that. It's just the way people are.
We're never going to fix it.
No more excuses.
No more silence.
No more violence.
It's time to end domestic violence and sexual assault once and for all.
All right, we have had an extended half here. We're about ready to get underway. Bob Meyer, Tim Scott, hope you're enjoying the broadcast. Once again, we are tied at 50 here at halftime. Pontiac and Lima in MPBA action. And taking a look at some of the numbers here, the shooting certainly picked up for the Sixers. and conversely dropped for the Express after that first quarter. And again, it was a tale of two quarters there, if you will. The first dominated by the Express, and of course the Sixers in the second, and we're tied here at 50.
Well, exciting, you know,
It
very
really
exciting, and nobody's ever out of it. We've seen that all year. We talk about it all the time, but you're exactly right. It'll be interesting to see if they come out with the starters. I mean, Lima had a great rhythm going there in the first quarter. Played aggressive. Every rebound, they double teamed. Every rebound, every steal. They were at the other end before you could look away, and Pontiac didn't have an answer. So second quarter, they got some different guys in there, got some different looks, picked up some double teams themselves, did Pontiac, and just turned it around. It's hard to believe it was so opposite those two quarters.
Individual scoring here, just before we start, two kids in double figures. Houston with 15, Marseille with 12 out of the Sixers, and Kyle Meyer with 12, and Jody Hill with 11 to lead the way for the Express. 20 of 36 is what they shot from two-point land was Pontiac. 0 of 8 from three, though, Bob, and they've been shut out so far. 4 of 10 from three is the Express first half number, 17 of 32 after scorching those nets in that first quarter.
Well, it's pretty impressive of Pontiac to come back like that without the three ball.
Yeah.
They're shooting pretty solid percentage from the free throw line. In that, I don't know what you have there for free throws for Pontiac.
10 of 14 there,
10
sir.
of 14. So, you know, great improvement in that category, and it just shows. You know, they really had a nice comeback there.
Yeah, Express 4 of 5 in that first half. Obviously not getting there, and they were quiet. They were getting there in that first quarter, but settled for jump shots there in the second. Both teams a little guilty of turnovers there, a little higher than they would like. 9 out of the Express, 8 out of the Sixers. And obviously you can see we have started second half action here. Sankey pulling his way, blocked. I think that was Hinton that got it.
Yes, it was.
Here comes Jones and the kick out. Ballard won't launch it, and he'll pull it back out. Get these lineups set for you. And it looks like the lineups that started this game will start this second half for both squads. Hinton will launch a three, not this time, and all white shirts right there. Good box out for the Sixers.
Pretty good looking shot by the big guy from way downtown.
And there is Keon Sankey.
First lead?
First lead of the game, first three of the game for the Sixers. 53-50. That's the first time, if you're a Pontiac fan, you can say that. With the left hand, no, off the mark. But in midair, that was Johnny Elliott changing looks. And it is another three. Alfonso Houston.
Thought he might have his foot on the line there, but
I was waiting for the official.
Yep.
He gave the mark.
He gave it to him.
Alfonso in rhythm. And Alex Marcet almost came up with a steal, but half a step slow. And for him to be slow, that's because he is one quick youngster there, but obviously a foul, as you can see.
Love to see that. Love to see him and Jody Hill give a hug there.
Boy, Jody Hill is just a solid ball player. Speaking of which, oh, that's a gorgeous block out of Hammond, but Meyer battling inside with the reverse off glass.
I think that's what the Express need to do, is go back to him. He's solid under there, and he'll go up with two hands with the ball when he's in traffic. He's a very strong kid. He's put together well. You can look at that and see.
Marcus, he operates well in the paint. Got spacing that time and connects.
Both teams hot shooting right here in the start of the second half.
Ballard, a two-man game with Meyer. And stolen on the play by Keon Sankey. Sankey off to a good start here. Houston again for two and knocks it down. Alfonso in rhythm. Timeout on the floor, Mark Anderson. The crowd loves it.
And Alfonso's, he's firing up the crowd too. I love to see that kid. He is exciting.
All right, we have a full timeout. We'll take a break just like that. The Sixers up by 8 early in the third on MPBA TV. Keon Sankey and Alfonso Houston. Well, it's been a two-man duo, and there's off to a 10-2 run to start the third quarter. Sixers up by 8 there, Bob.
Couple threes, couple twos. Just 2 points out of Lima. That's by Meyer. And 10-2. 9:41 to go in the third.
Little full-court pressure. Stolen on the play. Burgess to Marzette.
They're just playing with the aggression that Lima played in the first quarter.
Another deflection. Sankey the easy two. Mark Anderson, the head coach, just can't believe what he's seeing out on the floor at the moment. Well, his full court pressure has just caught them off guard. Finally into the hands there of Johnny Elliott to settle the group down, and the Express down by 12. 3 minutes gone by and down by 12. Wow. With the answer of a three, Jody Hill.
Just a smooth, solid, good-looking shot.
He hit a couple ones from near half court in that 1 point loss last week. I couldn't believe the range he had, and just showed some of that right there. As you can see, the Sixers just threw it away.
Yeah, things change in a hurry. A couple of good possessions now by Lima.
Let's see if Hill goes to, well, this time he's going to set up Meyer. That's good defensive work, but we got a late whistle. I thought Burgess did a nice job there. I think they might have got him with a body, the official says. I thought that was pretty good defensive rotation. In any event, they expressed the line for two.
Well, I thought it was good D, too.
I know Darrell Robinson. I've had a chance to watch some of their practices, and he's been harping him then with that defensive rotation. And that time, a pretty good look, but officials right there, and they do an excellent job of I've seen all year long. So just like that, Elliott with a couple and a 5-0 run, and there's the answer.
Cuts it to 7, which is nothing, as we've seen.
Marzette for three, yes. 0 of 8 in the first half, 3 of 3 from downtown in almost 4 minutes of play here in the third quarter.
Well, Marzette, Sankey, and Houston both have a 3 and a 2 in the third quarter here.
Kyle, Meyer, tough turnaround, got it. That's not by accident. I'm sure that's because hours of work and that little baby jump hook in the baseline, that's unstoppable.
And I think they need to keep going to him. Pontiac hasn't had an answer.
Marseille, up the ladders, hitting to clear it out. There's Hill rattling home a three. Folks, he is on fire here in this third quarter.
Just when things were just not going their way, they don't bat an eye.
Well, it's a compliment to the team to find your stars, and that's Meyer and Hill, and they're right back in it, only down 5.
Oh, that's great D.
Maybe a little bit too much. Let's see. Or is this a clock issue maybe? I think it's a clock issue. That's not a foul. And the shot clock is down to 5. That thing was late in starting. That was the problem.
Well, Ballard is really battling with him. Ballard's got 3 fouls.
So shot clock is set at 5. Hammond for three. Not this time. Tipped and controlled by Meyer.
That's a good rebound.
That man is loose and knocks it down from three.
That's 3 threes here in the third quarter by Hill.
So we got another timeout. This time Darrell Robinson's got to burn it. This will be a full. We're going to take a break. I believe this is a full timeout. Let's double check this before we go to commercial break. Indeed it is. All right, the Express with an answer of their own, only down by 2 on MPBA TV. Jody Hill out of Livingston College says, don't put the W in the Pontiac column quite yet. 9 third quarter points, and the Express only down by 2.
He went from 11 points to 20 with 3 shots.
Wow. See how Pontiac answers. Marset, no, tried to throw it down up above the rim, but was fouled. Oh, Alex showing off his stuff right there.
Everybody in the gym saw it coming, stood up as he got there. Ballard's going to pick up his 4th.
Well, that's huge right there. And a tough break there for Cordero. Alex with one more, and he knocks that first one home. No one cut him off, misses. And I think he last touched it, did Alex. So he'll have to settle with the Sixers for 1 point. Here comes this full court pressure once again. This time the Express, no troubles.
Well, missed opportunity right there for Pontiac. Not only the free throw, but the hard rebound and an easy little shot there. Sometimes those are the hardest.
This is Elliott back in the hands. You better cover him up. There goes another three. Got it.
My goodness.
Oh. And we're tied at 68. What else is new?
If you get a great shooter like that, and then he starts feeling it.
12 in the quarter. Alfonso traveled. Sure did. Well, Pontiac was feeling good a couple of minutes ago, but Jody Hill, 12 in the quarter, and has literally got his team even at 68. But 12 of the 18 out of that young man's shooting touch. Marzette's trying to slow him down. Meyer, a little seam, answers off glass.
He even got bumped, and just strong kid. He's got 6 in the quarter.
Back to a 2-point lead. Alex Marset muscles it in over Elliott.
He sent Elliott into the wall.
Well, he gets it that low. That was a mismatch. Nice job by the Sixers in that execution. Tied at 70.
Yeah, that's good help there, and the ball went off Hill's leg while he was standing out of bounds.
That time through a little bit of double team. You see both teams trying to double team their particular stars, get the ball out of their hands into someone else's.
Well, that was good D right there by Pontiac. I think Marsette's going to get a breather, and as is Burgess.
Let's see, Aaron Cross and next dead ball will come in, as well as Kyle Anderson, respectively, for the two clubs over there. Chapman is in. Houston. And Ballard poked it out of his hands. Good defensive work there.
I got Ballard with 4 fouls, but they didn't put that one up on the board, so I may have that wrong. The board still shows him with 3, so we'll watch that.
Yeah, okay. Trent Thomas there. Nice work inside. And Trent was not going to be denied, and we'll go to the line. A little bit of work, but he used a mismatch there of Johnny Elliott.
Let's see what Trent Thomas, his first trip to the line here in this game.
And knocks it down. Hush over the crowd. I know from the camera angle it might look like there's not a big crowd here, but on this near side here, away from the angle, it is a very nice crowd here on a Saturday night in Pontiac.
Got them both.
Yep, Thomas gives them 2-point advantage. That man Hill this time's loose on the baseline and stripped. I don't know how Chapman blocked it and did not foul him, but that's the non-call, if you will.
Got that from behind, I believe it.
And with 11 on the shot clock there, the Express with it underneath their own end.
Well, Jody Hill, just when you think he's an outside shooter, I mean, you got to stay up on him, and that burst of speed got it all the way to the rim. Good D by Chapman. Boy, those 4 threes he hit, all couple of them bombs and nothing but net.
That's reminiscent of what he did a week ago. And that's going to be waved off. It's going to be on the floor first, they say. They being the officials.
Well, a pretty good combination there of Jody Hill from the outside and a beautiful shot, and then the muscle inside of Meyer.
It's a nice little 1-2 punch,
Yes,
isn't it?
yes.
Boy, every team would love to have that.
Yes.
Speaking of which, there's the 2 working right there. 2
Can't stop
perfection.
It. Can't stop that.
2-man game.
And did you see him go up with 2 hands on that? Not one hand layup, he went up with both. Just solid, strong.
Speaking of a 2-man game, little Chapman to Marseille for the hard work inside.
About the exact thing at this end.
2-point advantage, Pontiac. Oh, the pocket was almost picked. Chapman now on Hill. The floater down the lane. Oh.
Hard to describe it.
That's
a tough shot.
Pretty.
Makes it look easy.
Tied at 74. That shot is blocked, and they might have numbers, but Tate will think better of it and give it over to Ballard.
Well, the block was by Hill.
Traveling is the call. Boy, that's a tough break and a chance gone by the boards with that possession out of Derek Tate.
See what Pontiac has here. They'd like to see him work a shot for Anderson.
Right now, with that only a 9-man roster, and Coach Anderson's gone to the bench with David Atkinson. Saw a little bit of action in that first half, and Aaron Cross is in the lineup. Thomas wide open, got it.
Hesitation again always bothers me, but he regained himself, made a nice shot.
Well, you got to give your kid some breather, and that's what he's thinking is Mark Anderson. Well, that guy just got a wide open look, and he missed it. That guy being Hill.
Great strip by Anderson.
Almost a strip there by Ballard.
Got to be awake down there in that second row.
Latter part of the third quarter. Pontiac up by 2. Tough shot, no. Chapman trying to keep it alive into the hands of Atkinson.
He's been active, Chapman. Both ends. He gets a hand on that ball, anticipates.
Well, lost inside. I don't know how you lose Jody Hill, but that's exactly what the Sixer defense, and he makes them pay, tied at 76. Riggs for 3, Hill blew right by there. If that goes in, that wouldn't have brought the roof down, but it'd been impressive.
Both ends a little cold here.
Yeah, all of a sudden, Kyle Anderson, that was a tough shot too.
A little ragged. He traveled.
Speaking of ragged play, Ballard kind of got caught in no man's land.
Well, Pontiac's got 6 guys in the scoring column here in the third quarter. Just 3 for the Express, and Elliott with 2 free throws is all he's got. So it's been Meyer and Hill here for Lima.
Yeah, that 1-2 punch has been there. And that's going to wave that off. That's going to go against Atkinson. That'll be the 5th against the team. Penalty still not in place for the Sixers. And with that dead ball situation, they have to give Jody Hill a little bit of a breather. Lob, and that's going to be a foul that's going to go against Ballard.
So we'll find out here how many he has.
That's going to be his 4th.
Yep. I think the last foul that I gave to him was on Derek Tate, actually. 42, not 22.
And Marcus Hammonds to the line for a couple. The penalty in play. Marcus with one more opportunity here. See if he can split a pair. And Cordell Ballard is out of that lineup with the 4 fouls. 1-point advantage. And Riggs is going to pick up a foul there. Not a bad foul to give. That was only the 5th against the team, and with 1:40 to go here in this third quarter. Had a foul to give in that situation, trying to play a little aggressive. With Hill out of the lineup, all of a sudden this is Elliott running the show.
It's going to be Riggs again, I think.
Yeah, and this time they will shoot free throws, will the Express. That's Derek Tate, the opportunity to give his team a lead here. Well, that first 8-9 minutes of this quarter, the pace was up and down. The Nets were being torched, but with the respective second units in play here, Bob, as you mentioned, it's been a little rough here, but Tate an opportunity with that miss in the first one, tie this thing up again. And does.
The energy and all in those first 5-6 minutes of this quarter was just, it had to wear them out, had to.
Marseille's loose. Marseille to the line. Jeremy made his most productive game this year in the midst of it at, 12 in that first half? 6 of 7 from the floor. Now an opportunity for him.
It's his first
in the
trip.
third, yep.
Nice shot.
At the moment with 15. Marzette in for Hammonds.
Just 56% from the line, and you wouldn't know it by that first one. Great rotation.
Nicely done for Jeremy. Gives his team a 2-point lead. Elliott. This is Atkinson. Oh, he caught it to roll. He almost shot that from behind the bankboard there in the baseline.
You get it over the lip of that rim, and as soft as he got it up there.
That's David Atkinson.
Ended up well. I heard that up here.
And Alex Marzette making something happen with the drive. We'll go to the line. They're going to whistle that one against Ed Jenkins.
Well, Marzette was there earlier in this quarter. He split a pair.
This game was tied at 50 at halftime. Both teams, as Marzette splits another pair, productive third quarters offensively. Ball is stripped out of bounds.
Everybody going to gather themselves down there and
oh. Jeremy Marseille, I think, knew that whistle was forthcoming. I think we all did. And he tried to get out of the way, and to the credit there, once again, that's David Atkinson.
pretty good job there by David drawing that foul.
It really was. And Atkinson pulls his team even at 80.
Well, you got to believe a lot of the parents of these kids are out watching on TV right now around there, and a big hello to all of you. And your kids have shown great sportsmanship all year long and hustle, and it's really been our pleasure to watch them and call these games.
No doubt about it. Entertaining game right here. Express own a 1-point lead. Well, did own it. Marzette with a long two. Lobbed inside. Tate impressively done off
Very
glass.
nice, yes.
And battling the other big in there. That was Keon Sankey on the defense. Marzette again. Not this time. They have numbers, and the Express up by 3. 8 seconds to go in the quarter. Thomas better get it off.
Oh, what a shot.
Does.
That's a tough shot.
Trent Thomas, impressively done to end the quarter. We are at the end of 3. Anyone's ball game. Lima 85, Pontiac 84. We're going to keep it right here. We're not going to go to break here, Bob. So 85-84 is the score. And impressively done, as I mentioned, on the offensive end for both teams. We'll try to get some numbers here for you.
Well, that's a 35-34 quarter. And these guys can fill it up.
We got a moment here. Once again, let's check action from previous here today. And it was the Blues that were winners in Chicago over the River Sharks. That score was 120-110. And then in the second game up there, the Champaign Swarm, they pick up a road win, 115-114 in the nail biter, and defeat the Windy City Groove. So that's a tough loss for the Groove. They just picked up their 5th loss in the campaign. Here at the end of 3 again, Express on the road up by 1, 85-84.
Yeah, 35-34. Game of runs. Pontiac started off 10-2 to start the quarter. Looked like everything was going their way. Then a big turnaround. 2-point game at the 6:55 mark, tied at 6:02. And here we are starting the fourth, a 1-point game to Lima. I've got Kyle Meyer with 22 points and Jody Hill with 26. And I have 24 Marzette for Pontiac, 18 for Houston, 16 for Marseille, 10 for Thomas as we go into the fourth.
No doubt about it, Jody Hill was the one that got his team right back in it with 3 threes in about, what, a 90-second period of time?
Yeah, and then he gets his fourth one right after that. So, you know, that's huge. That's 12 points just right off the bat. Then he started going inside.
Yeah, he's had a solid game. Now, he was on the bench to start, and it looks like he still will be. He's getting a little bit of a breather. And the Express with the ball first.
Well, they got Ed Jenkins in there, and Ed, he can handle the ball and he can run the team, and he's got a 3 in the game too. He can shoot it as well. And I'm sure he's in there as Hill is out.
Tate double team, swings it over. Great drive to the glass, blocked by Sankey.
Great block by Keon Sankey.
And ball deflected out of bounds.
That looked like a sure layup. And Keon got the big hand up there.
Yeah, that drive there was, of course, by Atkinson. All of a sudden, Atkinson's been active here the last
he has.
Few minutes off the bench. Sankey trying to operate inside. Blocked on the play.
That's Elliott.
Back-to-back blocks.
He's out of bounds, yeah.
That's the 4th time the Express have lost track where they are on that floor, and it's always been in the same spot. And again, this particular floor is 10 feet shorter than normal courts, and that was, you know, grandfathered in when the franchise came here to Pontiac. They realized that. I don't know if that had anything to do with it or the kids are just not paying attention. Thomas lost the ball. Missed the layup inside.
Oh, just great
Scramble
hustle.
for the ball. Red ball, red uniform, the official says. Of course, the Express in the red uniforms trimmed in white and black. Good hustle out of both groups.
Yeah, you're right. I think that was the right call, too.
I think went off Kyle Anderson's leg.
Yeah, I think so. It's great effort by both teams right there. That was fun to watch.
At the moment, the Express still can score in this possession. They missed out on a 3-on-1 break. I think they called an offensive foul. Sure did. That's going to go against Elliott on the pass. I think he ran over. Might have been Thomas.
You are right. See if Pontiac can capitalize on that. There's the dancing girls coming back into the gym to watch the end of this.
Mark Anderson, the coach there for the Express, very animated on that sidelines. Houston! He held that ball back behind his head to the last second to get that shot off.
Tough
Alfonso.
Shot. Yes. It's the first two points of the game, or of the quarter for either team.
Tate's been called for another step. He's not a refined, that's a process. You can see there, Bob, and his footing, just spacing just wasn't there.
No. He's asking him what I do, and I think he knows he did.
Yeah. That just takes work. Houston, not this time.
Yeah, they're going to get Burgess on that.
Yep. To the floor is Aaron Cross. And here comes Ballard, and here comes Hill back in the lineup for the Express.
Two guys that can make a difference in a game, that's for sure.
Yeah, no doubt about it.
I got Marset on Hill, Houston on Ballard.
Shot clock's at 8. Here comes the double team, and there comes the pass.
Oh, great block.
And they say Anderson got him.
Yeah, he got him with the body, I'm sure, but great help defense right there.
And a nice vision there out of that double team to find Elliott flying down the middle of that seam. Elliott to the line.
His only 2 points are from the line. A little strong on that one.
Yep, one more there for Johnny Elliott. One of those 4 youngsters out of the University of Northwest Ohio on this roster. Misses both of them.
Well, he went from 100% to 50%. He's 2
Yeah,
out of 4.
that trip was not very productive for him. Sankey inside, blocked again. It's Meyer came over and helped out in defense. No call, a lot of contact. Play on, they say. Anderson for 3, missed it.
He was wide open, great look. Oh, what a shot.
That's Ballard splitting 2 defenders. Two-point lead for the Express. Houston can't answer.
Well, this is the spurt where
I'm telling you, that little hesitation move by Hill, blew by Alex Marzette.
it just takes the defense they just relax just that half a second, and then he's gone.
Sankey. Nice reverse, good look, Sankey to Anderson.
Yeah, good combination right there.
One-point lead for the Express. Tough shot, gorgeous move. Right there, Cordell Ballard.
Well, they go back and forth. You know, they go a couple trips and nobody scores, and they go a couple trips each when they both score. And there we go again.
And Blake Burgess operating in traffic there off glass.
Just his 4th point.
Kyle Meyer. Inside work, beautifully done.
The ref's just letting him muscle.
Man, you're not going to get that. That's almost a flop call, if you will.
Yeah, he's just strong. I mean,
Marzette. Marzette to the line.
Gonna get Meyer maybe on that one. Just his 2nd.
Well, Pontiac went kind of with a smaller lineup here, and I see Marcus Hammonds is going to get back in the lineup, a little more size inside because they're just mismatching him. You saw that last trip down there, what Meyer can do inside. Kyle Anderson out, Marcus Hammonds in.
Yeah, they're going to bring Hinton back in the game as well.
So on the floor for the Express at the moment is Meyer, Tate, Ballard, Hill, and Hinton. Alex at the line, and this time connects them both. So once again, the Express up by 1 with the ball. Burgess trying to slow down Ballard. That man can stroke it. Air ball this time. Into the hands of Burgess. Sankey saved it. Houston.
Oh.
Well, he used the glass kind of, and an awkward looking shot that went in.
He kind of changed his shot in midair there.
It just kind of hung up there and fell in. It'll work. Speaking of working hard, that's Ballard. He'll go back to the line at the moment. Pontiac up by 1. Almost halfway home here through the 4th quarter.
I think on that last shot by Hill, I thought Marzette might have got a piece of that. That's why he came up so short.
That is possible. Maybe that's why Sankey thought as well. And
yeah,
went made sure that was saved versus letting it go on out of bounds. Good call. Cordell Ballard one more to give his team the lead, and does.
Well, I see this one going right down to the wire, just like this, back and forth.
Well, the previous 2 certainly have. Why not the 3rd one, huh? Sankey with the answer. Keon Sankey.
He's now in double figures for Pontiac.
With 10. And this particular quarter, the Sixers are getting themselves in a little bit of team foul difficulty. That's the 4th against the team. The Express, they have something to get here. They only have 1 team foul. As I mentioned, almost halfway home through the final quarter here. I think Ballard might have just got caught for an illegal screen.
I think
sure it is.
Yeah.
That's his 5th. That is big.
I think he was trying to post up, had his arm wrapped around behind the defender.
And Mark Anderson just flat out can't believe that call.
Well, he called it from across the way, but he had the angle from across the way, I guess.
And he's going to have to go to his bench, I believe. In the meantime, Marzette operating and scoring.
Well, he had Ballard on him, and Ballard couldn't do much there.
Smart, go right back to your man, your defender, and with that, the Express wants to talk about it. 5:48 to go in your contest at the moment. A 3-point lead for the Pontiac 66ers on MPBA TV. Well, for the Pontiac 66ers, 10-4 on the season, trying to pick up their 11th win and remain in first place here. Lead by 3 to start, well, I should say 5:48 to go here in this 4th quarter. Both teams obviously down the stretch relying on their stars there, Bob.
You're exactly right. Hill and Meyer for the Express, and Marcette and Houston for Pontiac, and they've delivered.
So off the timeout, no surprise, the ball right back in the hands of Kyle Meyer. And Keon Sankey's going to be called for a foul.
Kind of reaching in, poking. I've got him with 5.
Well, that's team's 5th. Well, with 4 fouls, and that was pretty obvious foul, I thought, from our angle there. And long 2, short, but right in the hands of Meyer. And didn't capitalize that trip. Awkward looking shot wouldn't go down for Kyle.
I thought he kind of expected some D in his face, and there was nobody there.
Sankey, great pass inside the Hammers.
That's twice that's happened in this game. Very nice.
Keon's got great vision for a big kid inside. 5-point lead Pontiac. And that, miss.
They're going to get Hammonds on the foul.
Yes. Hill could not finish on a spectacular move on the baseline, but right there to clean it up is Derek Tate. He'll go to the line for a couple. And more importantly, for the Express, they're in the penalty. That was the 6th against the team. Tate has struggled from the line. I recall 3 misses here in the half. And there he connects, does Derek. What was it? 119, 118 was the final last weekend in Lima. And Anderson, boy, almost like he wasn't set for that three. And that was an air ball. He's set, is Hill, and he gets the roll for three. Well, you take one bad shot at one end, and you're going to pay at the other.
He's got 6 threes in the game.
And he's got 32 in the contest. Anderson loose inside for the reverse layup.
Yeah, Sankey found him.
Express defense falls to sleep inside. We're nearing the 4-minute mark in the fourth.
I think all 3 baskets of Anderson's were layups like that from great feeds.
And we got a kick, and they'll reset. I think that shot clock gets reset back up to 14. We'll double check. Indeed it does. It was down to 9. That was a little, it was just one-on-one right there. Hill was out front. Marzette's trying to stay with that young man.
That's been a good battle.
Jody Hill scored 42 last week in that 1-point loss, has 32 right now. And for the tie, knocking it down is Hinton.
He has a great touch for a
Wesley
big kid.
Hinton. And we're tied at 102. Sankey, Meyer, Sankey. Meyer tried to draw that personal.
Yes, he did.
We've seen a couple of kids trying to draw that, and they're just not going to have it, the officials. Saw that the other end here that went against the Sixers. Tate off the mark and saved. Nope, I don't think so. Nope. Went off the foot of Hill, I believe.
Credit Houston. Great save by Sankey. Houston fought through 3 Express players there and poked that thing loose.
So Pontiac, 2-point advantage. 3 minutes to go in your contest. And one, Alfonso Houston.
I'll tell you, when he gets fired up and gets excited, he just gets everybody into it.
That foul's going to go against Tate. And for Houston, that is 24 in this contest. We got Marzette with 24, Houston with 24. And we got a timeout on the floor. Pontiac up by 6 on MPBA TV.
Nope, they're right. I added this one wrong. 27 right there.
All right, we're back here, 106-102, and we're double checking our scoring here.
I'm with you now.
As we come back to break, 24 apiece out of Marzette and Houston for the Sixers. And, of course, the 1-2 punch of Meyer with 22 at this point. And, of course, Jody Hill with 32. And they just keep trading punches, these two teams. It's the dynamic duo of each team. And we've had a great ball game here so far here, Bob.
You're exactly right. It has been a great game. And we're in for a thriller here at the end. And I don't think it could get any more exciting than the last time, but boy, it's just been back and forth in games of runs, and you know, they're 106, 102, just under 3 minutes.
The last time these two teams met, it was a Kyle Anderson with a three that gave his team their only lead of the game, 119-118. And the final shot ended up being the winning shot there for Anderson and the Sixers. But the Express has given them everything they can handle as Houston misses the free throw. And with 2:52 clock running, it becomes very critical for both teams on these trips now. Shot clock is down to 8. Ballard back in that lineup. Meyer in traffic with a nice little flip shot.
He's made that shot three or four times.
Yeah, it's not by accident.
No.
That's just hard, meticulous work that he puts in. You can see it. He's a fun kid to watch. Our first look at him here today. Sankey with the big league three.
He just caught that in rhythm, didn't hesitate.
Keon answers. Ballard, yeah. Cordell Ballard. And underneath 2 minutes to go, 3-point advantage Pontiac. This is all about who's going to make more plays down the stretch at this point. Houston, off the mark, up the ladder's Hill. So Alfonso with a miss.
Let's see if the Express can capitalize.
And Meyer couldn't tap that home. Marzette on the break. No. Hammonds cleans it up.
I think he knew both defenders would go after that ball. I think he threw that off the backboard hard.
And then Alex Marzette, you don't want to foul there, but indeed he does. So this will give the Express a chance at the free throw line. Well, that's an interesting point, Bob, because he certainly acted like he banged that thing off. I don't know if that was his thinking, but give Marcus Hammonds credit for running and trailing, and easy layup for him.
Yeah, I think he saw him.
In the meantime, this is Hill to that free throw line.
Hasn't been there since the second quarter.
And that young man, we mentioned he shoots around over 80%. We'll double check that here. Makes the first and makes it look easy. Second one in as well. Little full court pressure, no problem. Hammond's going to bring it up.
I think he's at 83%.
Yeah, indeed he is. 3-point advantage for Pontiac. This time Hammond's out front, interesting. Matched up with Hinton. Hammonds up and under, didn't get it. Shot clock at 3.
I think it hit the rim.
Oh, sure did. They reset it, and I don't think Anderson knew it. Well, they reset it, and they shouldn't have. I didn't think it went. That's going to be a shot clock violation, I believe.
I thought the first shot did graze the rim.
Indeed, that's going to be the call, and it apparently did not, according to the officials. So with 53.4 to go, the Express an opportunity. Down by 3.
Well, this is fun.
Ballard. Hill, you better get on him. He can hit from anywhere. Shot clock's at 8. Hill in traffic. Great defense. Oh, Marzette might have traveled. No call. Alex Marzette. Yes, and 1. How about that move?
Just showing off his athleticism right there.
Marzette with his 25th and 6 points, and none bigger. They just did a wonderful job defensively on Hill on the defensive trip, did the Sixers. And then Marzette in traffic tries to put this three-point play. No, it barely grazed the rim. 5-point lead. Express need to score on this trip. Time is really an issue. This is Ballard. Boy, we got a foul against Keon Sankey. He just fouled out.
He was playing pretty solid defense right there, trying to hold his ground, it looked like.
Well, that's interesting there because that's the last thing you want to do is to foul him. And for the Express, that's exactly what you want to have happen. And Keon Sankey really came alive in the latter part of this third quarter in the fourth. He did a lot of things well there.
Hit that huge three.
Sure did. But now it's Ballard's turn here. Knocks down the first, 16.6 to go. Misses the second.
Boy, he's missed two. He shoots 83% from the free throw line. He's missed two.
And Hammonds, and with 11.2, will this put them into the penalty? I believe it does, or is that just the fifth? Nope, that's the sixth against the team. And that means Marcus Hammonds to the line. 4-point lead for Pontiac. Lima Express. Well, door is open. Still a two-possession game, no matter what. Misses them both. And immediately the Express burned a timeout.
Just 1 for 4 as Marcus there in the second half from the free throw line.
So hang on, everybody. This one's far from done. 9.7 to go. 4-point advantage Pontiac on MPBA TV. The Pontiac 66ers, their first year in the league, 4-point advantage. They're going to put 10.9 now is the official time on the clock. Back-to-back home dates here this weekend to close out the regular season. And they are literally about a little less than 11 seconds away from winning the first of two here.
Looking for their 11th win. It's incredible.
They have been road warriors here in February and the early part of March, and they're back home again tonight, of course, and tomorrow, a game with the Blues at 105. Now that was only, now both teams in the penalty, and Ballard here will do the honors. Again, it's a two-possession game at the moment. This is Hill, inside Meyer. Let the ball off his fingertips, caught off guard, and with 5.1 to go, Pontiac's in control.
Yeah, he had a definite layup there. He thought Hill was going to go up with it. Just wasn't ready for it.
Anderson fouled immediately. And the crowd sensing that this was in the win column here for the home team. Well, Kyle Anderson, I don't think it's going to take heroics this weekend. Again, his three gave them their only lead of the game, 119-118 last Sunday in Lima. This time, Kyle's tried to put on the finishing touches of this one.
Got himself in double digits.
He averages around 10 a ball game.
Yep.
And he's up right there, misses the second. And Lima's going to let this one run out, and that's the way this one ends. So Pontiac on a Saturday night victorious 114-109 over Lima. We'll come back and recap it here in the postgame. Again, the Sixers, their 11th win on the campaign by 5 on MPBA TV. All right, back here in the post game once again. We have just concluded a ball game. Pontiac, back-to-back home games here. Winners 114-109. Jarrell Robinson, the head coach for the Sixers. Coach, nothing's easy. Boy, those two teams hook it up, and that was an exciting ball game to be had.
Yeah, we knew it because last time we went up there, as you recall, we were down 20-plus up there. They have a team that give us matchup problems here and there, but our guys figured it out, gutted it out to win. So it was a good job on both sides. Entertaining game, I know, of course.
No doubt about it. Boy, that first quarter, I thought it was like Groundhog's Day there back. The first quarter was tough for your guys, but this time you responded in the second quarter, and then it's back and forth.
It's kind of ironic. First quarter was 34-16, and then outscored them 34-16 at half. So it's a new ball game, but it's just like that's what the league is all about. Everything is even kill. Whoever end up getting the 50-50 balls, loose balls and stuff like that will probably end up winning. So you got to gut out. You just got to keep fighting until it's time.
For a team that averages 6 kids in double figures, it's truly a team effort. But again, Alfonso Houston, I thought Keon Sankey was active down the stretch, and Alex Marzette really, your primetime players, they step it up.
Yeah, and that's good. At the beginning, those guys in that first group, didn't really respond as well, So, of course, I keep challenging them. They responded the second half, so that's all I can ask for. And like I tell them, we got another one tomorrow, so just be prepared to go again.
This team and this league's always full of athletes, and Hill, Meyer, that 1-2 punch, boy, they're fun to watch and tough to defend.
Yeah, actually, I get caught watching them as well, because they are. I mean, those guys, they're tough. Like I said, you can see Hill can pull up from anywhere on the court. He's quick, he's athletic, so it's a tough matchup with anybody. You ask a lot if you put somebody out there. So you just got to have good team defense and rotation. And then Meyer, of course, he's got some of the best footwork throughout the league, So he's tough with that little jump hook. He can do that from out 15 feet. So sometimes the only thing you can ask for is just make them work. They make tough shots, just make them work.
No doubt about it. Coach, here tonight, before we let you go, we got to mention about the crowd, the community. I know we're winding down the regular season here, but on a night where they honored local heroes, you guys performed on the floor like heroes, and the crowd really responded.
Yeah, and that's a good thing, too. Like I said, I think it's more for the crowd. This is a developmental league. The wins, they come and go. But I think the winning, of course, you put a score up there on the scoreboard, everybody's going to compete. So it's great for the crowd to be able to come out with a victory here. Community's been great, throughout the whole community. And that's why we're getting a chance to host the playoffs as well. So can't say enough about these guys. It's been great.
Coach, enjoy the victory. It's short term here. Of course, you 105 tip tomorrow against the Blues, but enjoy tonight.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
All right, Jarrell Robinson right there, head coach of the Sixers. We'll come back more of the post game here on MPBA TV.
3, 2, 1.
back here at Pontiac Township High School, home of the Pontiac 66ers. A game just concluded. Once again, the Sixers 114-109 winners here in what is going to be a back-to-back regular season ending games here in Pontiac. Again, the Express come over here, lose by 5. Bob, very entertaining game. And as Darrell Robinson just mentioned there, you know, two good teams going at it. A lot of individual people playing well. Maybe the difference is just the depth and athletic ability, a little bit more there off that roster of the Sixers compared to the Express. And it's about making plays, and the the Sixers made a couple more, and that was the difference.
Yeah, they had their leaders, you know, that we've talked about the whole game, but then guys like Sankey and Marseille really stepped up. Kyle Anderson had a nice game, you know, his effort, his hustle. You know, he ended up with 10 points, but he poked a lot of balls free and loose and played some good D. So you're right, yeah, they were just a little deeper than were the Express, it seemed like, today.
A team that averages over, or 6 players that average in double figures. Once again, the Sixers had 6 players in double figures.
They sure did. Anderson with 10, Marseille with 16, Thomas, he had 10, 24 out of Houston, 15 out of Sankey, Marset with 26. So, and then you throw in 7 out of Hammonds, you know, and 4 out of Burgess, and Chapman had a bucket. So just a deep team are the 66ers, which is what you need getting into this tournament coming up.
No doubt about it. And as far as the Express is concerned, their big 3, they performed well, but again, maybe just not enough help from anybody else. But Ballard, Hill, Meyer, big league players here in this league, and their futures certainly look bright.
Well, Pontiac did a good job on Jody Hill in the first half, but boy, he just broke out of it in that third quarter and then continued on the fourth. He ended up with 34, 26 out of Meyer, and 18 out of Ballard. Atkinson, he helped him nicely. He had some tough plays, some power moves. He ended up with 12, 9 out of Hinton, 8 out of Tate, 5 for Jenkins, and 2 for Elliott.
So right there, once again, the Sixers down early, but by half they'd pulled even, and it was nip and tuck until a couple of plays went the way. It really was the difference. Once again, the Express, another tough luck loss, and for the Sixers, their 11th win in the campaign, and they'll get one more opportunity to, in essence, go 12-4 in their inaugural season if they can beat the Blues here at home tomorrow afternoon, Bob.
The Blues are such a balanced team. You know, they don't have any one guy that's, you know, scoring 30 points a game. They've got 5 or 6 guys that score about 15 points, and they're just so balanced and just really share the ball well. It'll be a good one and a tough task for the 66ers tomorrow. Looking forward to it.
No doubt about it. The Blues were winners today in Chicago. They beat the River Sharks 120-110, and in the other contest up there earlier this afternoon, it was the Windy City Groove losing to the Champaign Swarm 115-114. So the Blues here down into Central Illinois tomorrow.
They have actually handed the 66ers 2 of their 4 losses.
Absolutely.
So
tough matchup.
Yeah, it will be. It
tough
will be.
Matchup indeed. And the Blues, if memory serves correct, handled the Sixers their only big league loss, blew them out right here at home earlier this season. So we'll see how they respond. Will the Pontiac Kids, the Blues again on the road tomorrow. All right, that'll do it here from Pontiac. Once again, 114-109. It was the Sixers winners by 5 over the Express. Hope you enjoyed the broadcast. For Bob Miner, Tim Scott reporting the final once again. Pontiac 114, Lima 109 on MPBA TV.